Photos of Iraqi prisoners abused by U.S. soldiers have elicited lots of emotional responses from Americans. But is the Arab world reacting, and how? Joining me now are Raghida Dergham, correspondent for the Arabic newspaper Al Hayat, and in Washington, Nihad Awad from the Council on American-Islamic Relations. Thank you both for being with me. Raghida, let me start with you. The president apologized today. Does that soften the blow at all in the Arab world?
Every little bit helps, but I don't think it's going to be detrimental. I think what was more important is what the president had said regarding the Palestinian state that he has in mind. In a way, he backed down a bit from the outrageous assurances from the Arab point of view to Mr. Sharon, the Prime Minister of Israel.
Yeah. Nihad Awad, what do you think? The apology, does that help?
It does help, but I think the Arab world is looking for action, not just words. And let's remember that the image of the United States does not depend only on one action. The unlimited support of the United States to the State of Israel, the failure so far on the Iraqi arena, and also what they know about even the situation of Muslims in America and the anti-Muslim hate speech that's on the rise. But all these together make the U.S. image in the minds of Muslims and Arabs abroad.
But does the U.S. get any credit? I mean, we all know that Saddam Hussein and Saddam Hussein's sons committed brutal acts much, much worse than anything we see in these pictures, and were never aired publicly. Does the U.S. get any credit for being willing to say, wow, this was a mistake, let's make sure these people are punished, and let's try and make sure it doesn't happen again?
Indeed, the brutality of Saddam Hussein's regime is unimaginable, actually, and everybody knew about it, and there is lots of brutality by several other Arab regimes. That is not surprising to the Arabs. They somehow became numbed by it. That's why they are subdued. They don't dare challenge because they're afraid of the punishment. The shocking surprise is that the United States, which lectures constantly the civility and respect of human rights, would have its soldiers do such a thing and would try, from the point of view of the Arabs, cover up by only being discovered through the media. No one came forward to say, that's what we've done. It was discovered by the media, and that's why they're running around trying to see how to control damage.
Well, that's true, Mr. Awad. The pictures first appeared in the media, but the criminal investigations began in January, not long after the acts were committed. So there was a full criminal investigation going on. The pictures are now being aired. You have the Congress of the United States clearly upset, calling Mr. Rumsfeld on the carpet. Doesn't that suggest to anyone in the Arab world indications of a society that's willing to try and clean up its dirty laundry?
Exactly, and that's why a lot of expectations are there in an American democracy that with the responsibility there's accountability, including but not limited to the resignation or reprimandment of the highest leadership.
So you think it would help to see heads roll, for somebody to resign, be fired, to take the responsibility?
Well, they would like to see that nobody is immune from accountability, including Rumsfeld and his top advisors.
Do you agree with that, Raghida, that if Secretary Rumsfeld were forced to resign, that would help perceptions in the Arab world?
Yes, because Secretary Rumsfeld and his deputy Paul Wolfowitz are perceived to be the architects of this war on Iraq for reasons that are not understood yet. And the trouble is there is no clarity, no program that's presented by the United States to say, we're staying in Iraq, our forces will remain there for such a period of time to do exactly A, B, C, D, and we'll get out on such and such date. If that does not happen, suspicions will remain. And they would like, yes, of course, that would help a lot if Mr. Rumsfeld and his deputy drop out.
Raghida Dergham, Nihad Awad, thank you very much for being with me on Capitol Report.